Alright, so I wanted to do a little Rolex shopping on Chrono24. Now, I want to do this because when I first started out, I didn't know what to look for when shopping online. I thought I did. I thought I knew what to look for, right? I mean, whichever one, whichever watch looks the nicest and the newest. Um, but that's not how you should search for a watch online. You should have a strict criteria for what you want. And I subscribe to the Austin Daniels philosophy of Rolex buying, which is unpolished cases and bracelets, original parts, so no aftermarket parts, bezels, bracelets, or anything, um, and pre-ceramic. All right, that's just my flavor, and that's what I'm gonna look for on Chrono24 today. So in this video, I'm gonna look for a 14060M. Okay, a no date sub. Now, first things first, we're gonna filter a couple of things. For me, being in the US, I'm gonna only look at watches in the US. All right, that's just, sometimes I'll put like Japan or something, or somewhere where I know I can trust, but even still, if there's a problem, it's going to be much more complicated to get your money back or anything like that. Language barriers, whatever, I don't want to deal with that mess. I'm just going to stick with the US. Now, we're also, normally I would do the year as well, but since it's a 14060M, I'm just going to leave it because there's no year that I don't like in this model. So we'll leave it. And then lastly, I'm going to put, let's see, I want to do papers. I want the watch to have papers. So where's that? What's wrong with me? I know you can do this. I know you can filter by papers. Condition? No. No. What the hell? Okay. I honestly don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, look. I guess we'll just manually look for papers, but it's kind of annoying. All right. So we'll sort by price low to high. Okay. So let's just jump in. Well, this is reserved, so there's no chance anyway, but there's no papers. I already don't like the way the lugs look, the way they reflect the light. I mean, it could be fine, but yeah, they just look so thin, and yeah, that looks bad. So whoever bought this probably just bought it because it was so cheap, but look at that. There's no chamfers. There's nothing. You want there to be nice, full, but not too full chamfers there. And this doesn't have it. So we're going to move on. But yeah, just as an example, let me just see the bracelet. Yeah, that. Look at the clasp. Look at the coronet. I mean, I can barely even see the coronet there. It looks like a tattoo on the metal. One of those old, faded tattoos on an old guy. That's just, yeah. No. Okay, on to the next one. 9,500. No papers. 4 pictures. I can already see a spring bar sticking out of this lug, so this is a no. Yeah, oh my god, look at that. I mean, what the hell were they doing? I feel bad for these watches almost, like they're people who have just been abused. Now look, the clasp, the coronet looks okay, but no, it faded here. It's a little sharper here, but no. This is a bad example, really bad. I mean, look at that. That is so thin. I feel like a bad, you pull on the bracelet here and it's going to snap the lug off, No. On to the next one. So this one I had saved. Let's see why. It's a tritium dial. To be honest, I probably saved this a while ago, months ago, because knowing what I know now, it's not what I'm looking for. Although, look, that lug doesn't look so bad. But yes, this has been polished. The clasp, the coronet is dull and not sharp, not pronounced. Also, I've learned that you can kind of tell how deep these lines are here. Like this one's pretty deep, but this is, you can kind of tell it's a little bit dull. So no, this is a no-go. On to the next one. This one, 9500. I don't like what I see around here, but let's continue. Yeah, so there are no chamfers to speak of. From this angle, I can see the whole of this lug, which means it was badly polished along the side. And there's no coronet, basically. So, no. On to the next one. I don't even look at the description or if it has papers. I go straight to the images and see if it's been polished, and then I go from there. But if it's been polished at all, I mean, these are pretty bad examples, to be honest. These have been polished pretty badly. But, even if it's not a bad polish, I'm not interested. I'm not interested because I don't want someone else's polish on the watch. I want Rolex's polish. You're going to pay $10,000 for some random guy's polishing job? That's ridiculous. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you could desire a watch that has been polished. Now, most buyers don't know about this practice. They're not privy to the polishing practice, okay? And it's honestly, I feel like it's it's very close to a scam. It's bordering on a scam in my mind because these dealers, they polish up these watches to make them look shiny so that buyers who don't know any better, they think they're new or they think they're well cared for watches when they're not. They're not. They're worse than old beat up watches. They're polished old beat up watches. And they don't look good. The polish is uneven and it's just bad. So, but I could talk about polishing forever because I hate it so much, but we'll continue. These two watches they're not available. So skip that. I favorited this in the past, obviously, but let's see why. Okay. I know the company whose post this is, and they're called Swiss Watch Expo, and I don't like that company. I don't like them. I think that they're a little bit dishonest about some things. Look, that looks okay to me, to my eye. The chamfers look fine. I have this suspicion that Swiss Watch Expo touches up their images, so they I don't know exactly what they do, but this image just the dial looks a little bit fake almost, like it's been touched up in Photoshop. Like it's too white. Look how white everything is. It's just so much high contrast between the black and the white. I have this feeling that they touch up these images. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just a suspicion that I have. But no other listing has such crisp white and black. It's kind of bizarre. But, okay, this particular watch looks fine for what I'm seeing so far. Let's see the coronet. Okay, the coronet looks sharp, I'll say that. The photo quality is not good enough to see how deep the coronet is, how tall it is. But, from here it looks okay, but I wouldn't buy this watch. I would not buy this watch sight unseen. I would definitely want to see it first, and because here's the thing about Swiss Watch Expo, their photos are so low quality, all right? Like, this is so blurry, but at the same time, their dials are so crisp in their pictures. So how can that be? This is a low quality image, but somehow their dials are like super high quality, crisp white. It's just weird. The watches in their photos look weird. They don't look like a natural Rolex. And this here is too thin for me. It doesn't look like it has the chamfers. So yeah, this is a no for me. On to the next one. I'm gonna unfavorite that. Let's see this one. Yeah, look at that. But let's see. Yeah, the spring bar is sticking out too much there, indicating that it's been polished along here and, rubbed down. Yeah, not for me. Not the example that I would want. Something tells me this doesn't have papers either. You can't really see the coronet, but it doesn't look sharp. It doesn't look tall or sharp. So this is a no as well. This one looks like a very similar watch to this. I don't like it, so we'll just go to this one. See, I'm sick of these type of photos with a white background, and I don't trust those watches. I don't trust where they're coming from. I feel like there's too many tricks involved in selling me the watch, making it look so nice and perfect. Just give me, I know what I'm buying. I'm buying a pre-owned watch. I know what I want. I want it to be real, okay? Those watches look fake, like they were just made in Photoshop. I want something like this. Now, even though this actual watch might not be what I want, I prefer these images. Looks like it was taken by a human being. Now, so you got 4 pictures of the front of the watch. 4 virtually identical pictures to start off with, which is, a red flag. And as we move on, we get this weird picture of the crown with very little detail. Okay. Yeah, this has been polished. I'm 99% sure. I mean, look, this is pretty round, although there might be some chamfer left. I don't know what this is. It could be like a little ding or something, but it looks like it's been polished. 4 pictures of the dial, 1 of the crown. I mean, okay. And then you got this clasp, another clasp. Is there any difference between these pictures? A 3rd clasp, okay. And a 4th and a 5th clasp. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pictures of the clasp. Why? It's just weird to me, Why? And, the coronet looks kind of dull. It looks kind of tall, though, so this is not the one for me. Generally, when the metal is hit by light, it's a nice, even line of light going across it, but this is a little bit warped, and that's not damning evidence, but it's just something I look for, but it's by no means conclusive. This is just a weird picture, not high quality, focused on this. This is the focus of the image here, so I don't get it, and then another of the fronts, so yeah, I don't know. This is just a weird listing, to be honest. Another of this exact same picture. The lugs look decent here from this angle. They look thick, and I can see the chamfer there. I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of those examples that you can't tell because the person just posted such a bad uh, thing. Wow, never polished. I don't believe that, to be honest. It's definitely not very good shape. You can just tell that for sure. Never polished. I'm not buying it. Even when it says that, you can't be naive, okay, to what these dealers do. I do not think it's unpolished. No way, okay? And even if it is, even if I'm wrong, I wouldn't take that chance off of let's see how many pictures they really posted. It says 13, but there's not 13 pictures here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, and we already counted this as 4. So 5 pictures really of the watch, and those 5 pictures are not great in my opinion. It's just weird. Who is this seller? Yeah, no. 0, there would be watches sold here, 0 sold, 17 listed, LJI, no phone number, well, okay, fine, phone number, no location, no image, brand new sort of posting, you know? No, this is not the one that I would take a $10,000 chance on. No way. They say unpolished. I think that that's not true. All right, on to the next one. You know, these are the things you have to watch out for because dealers now are starting to realize that people want unpolished examples. So they're putting that in the description when they either don't know what the polishing history of it is or they're just straight up lying and it is polished. And they tried to do a light polish and they're trying to get away with selling it off as an unpolished piece, but it's not. So you have to really look at these images and study them. So I'm trying to show you how to do that now. I mean, I don't even, when I'm opening these images, by the way, I'm not even looking at the dial. The dial and all that stuff comes later. I am first looking at the lugs, essentially. And these lugs look too round, not sharp. There is 0 coronet. So on to the next one. I'm not even going to look at the next pictures. This one. I like this type of image straight away. I'm attracted to it. It looks like a real image from a real person. And yeah, the grain of the brushing here looks correct. It looks relatively sharp. Box papers, which is fantastic. It's a little, yeah, damn it. It's round there. It's no good. That's a heartbreaker because it's a 2-liner. Yeah, you hate to see that, but oh no, that is bad. I think that's beyond repair for me personally. I mean, Rolex obviously will do a good job, but they're going to put a chamfer here and it's just going to be so thin there, you know? No, this is no good, unfortunately. I mean, I wish this watch the best of luck. I hope it has a good life, you know? But it's not going to be for me. Yeah, no. It just sucks because if the owner of this watch polished it because he thought he was going to get a nice new watch back, it's tragic almost because he had this beautiful unpolished virginal thing from Rolex and he gets back this weird, dull version of it, you know? My heart breaks for these watches because look, someone will buy them. Someone will buy them and some unsuspecting person will love it and cherish it, but it's not going to be me. I'm going to go ahead and ignore these 2 posts, even though I have this one hearted, but I think they're the exact same watch. Look, it looks pretty good. This is what you like to see. The chamfer sticks out a little bit. It looks like it's sticking out a little too much, though. I don't know. This is Swiss Watch Expo, so I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not for me. The coronet looks good. Nah, it's been polished for sure, and it's from a company I don't like, so. This is the same Swiss Watch Expo. This one, let's see. I have these hearted and favorited because I have looked for these watches before, but I haven't seen them in so long that, if one of them is hearted, then I don't remember. I have probably 1,000 watches on my favorites list, so this looks really good from the top. This looks great. Very sharp. Perfect clean lines there and there and there. It's just, look how nicely framed the watch is because everything is so sharp. Engraved Rehaut. Beautiful. Okay, I mean, this looks pretty good. The grain of the brushing. It looks like it could have been polished lightly once, but I don't think so. The coronet is great. It's nice and crisp. That's how it should look. The depth of these lines look fantastic, fully deep. I don't think this has been polished. I don't think so. The case looks good. Brushing looks nice, looks good. Okay, I don't think this area has been polished. I just think that this has been polished. A little bit, like a tiny bit, a light polish. Because the chamfer should be a little thicker than that. I think that they polished this area and it cut into this way. They polish here and it gets thinner there. So it cuts off a little bit of the outside of the chamfer, which is fine. I think that this by no means is beyond repair. It is not beyond repair. You give this to Rolex, they will make it brand new. So I don't mind it. There we go. Okay, so this looks like it was dinged and then polished over the top, which is fine. I mean, personally, I would have just learned to love the ding and move on with my life, but they polished it, and, I can't blame them, and it looks fine, honestly. It doesn't bother me, but it's evidence that this side of the case has been polished, for sure. But like I said, not badly. They did it well. They did a very light polishing, and it looks good. Yeah, you can see the chamfers there. You can see them there. Yeah, I'm happy with this piece, honestly. Looks good. Nice, full, thick lugs. I'm happy with this one. Yeah. Okay. So, no papers, unfortunately. What do they say about it? Mint condition, unpolished case, lightly polished satin bracelet. Interesting. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest with you, because there's no way that the case is unpolished, right? There's no way. How could you get this here without polishing it? There's no way you could do that. If you ding this against a door or something, it's going to be a much sharper, jagged looking ding. It's not going to be smooth like this. I mean, you almost can't see it. I bet you if the light is not hitting this, you can't see it. So this for sure has been polished. And moreover, the chamfers are not fully there, even though, like I said, they're fine, but I don't know. I'm a little bit thrown off now, because what else? I mean, it could be a mistake, because it seems like an honest attempt to tell us what they did with the watch, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, for me personally, I would stay away because it's not clear cut what the truth is. For me, I can't say conclusively that it's unpolished. And then furthermore, since they are inconsistent with that, then what else are they inconsistent with? Look, I'll favorite it because it's probably the best one we've seen so far. But yeah, let's keep going because I don't know. Papers. Yeah, look at that. That does not look good. Yeah, no, I mean, it's been polished. Yeah. Yep. Oh, man. Look how thin. Look how thin it is. It's round there. But it's very thin there. And the spring bar is sticking out. You know, just your average. It doesn't look terrible, but it's definitely been polished. Alright, on to the next one. I'm gonna just skip these Swiss Watch Expo. You can look at them yourself. I would stay away from the company in general, to be honest with you. Look how many they have. Boom, 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 boom. They're all over the place. This whole page is basically Swiss Watch Expo. Yeah. I think we were here, and now we're gonna go here. Ooh, Unpal. I like Unpal. Let's see. Okay, looks decent for sure. Ooh. Alright, it's definitely heavily used. Which is fine. I mean, you know, I would much rather a heavily used piece if it's unpolished. Some good scratches here, that's fine. That's fine. Whoa. My God. Okay, so it's obviously heavily used, okay, but I think it may be unpolished. I think we might have an honest listing here. It's hard to tell, but the only thing that's giving me some pause is this coronet. It's not as sharp and thin as the coronet should be, although, you know, sometimes with photography it comes out like that. So I believe that this is unpolished. I believe it is. But having said that, look, that looks great. The bracelet looks fantastic. This is the luster and the sheen of a Rolex watch. This is what you pay for. This dark but also just beautiful sheen. I mean, that's what you want. Okay? I don't like this listing. I mean, I think they could do a better job with the photos, but it looks to be unpolished. I would not buy this sight unseen. I would want to see it in person first. But based on these pictures, which are not good, I mean, what is this? Who cares about that angle? Although, can we see the... No, we can't. I'm looking for the chamfer that's underneath the lug here, just at the tip. And I get no good pictures of it. Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm going to favorite it. I'm going to save it. But, I would definitely want to see it in person. Who's this? Yeah, it's fine. I wish that they wrote a description. It's feels lazy to me that they just put, please see photos for more details. So yeah, I definitely would not buy this from Chrono24. No papers, no nothing. It's just naked. No description. You have to go asking them. You have to go seek them out for details about the watch. I don't like that at all. But the actual watch itself is unpolished, so we'll save it. But again, just to clarify, I would want to see it in person first. Now, we're really getting expensive here. I mean, 12.5, 12.7. Jesus, 13.5. I mean, what is so special about this one? It's the last of the last type of thing, but okay, so what, man? 13.5? Jeez. And I think... What the hell? So these chamfers are way too thick. Rolex does not do this. These chamfers are huge. Yeah, I don't like this listing. Too expensive. The brushing looks good, but it looks kind of like too brushed. Almost looks like that sandblasted texture. Although I'm probably just, that's probably just the pictures. The coronet looks great. It looks fantastic. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, I mean, look, it's very clean. It looks very nice, but that in itself is a little suspicious because in tandem with these lugs, which are just, the chamfers are just so big. What the hell? I've seen bigger chamfers, but yeah, look, you can kind of see the hole is sinking in right there, that indicates to me that it was polished around here, and yeah, it's been polished for sure, and the chamfers are way too thick. I mean, they're huge, but otherwise, look, it's not the worst watch in the world for sure. It's pretty good. They obviously think so because they're charging $13,500 for it, but I would not pay anywhere near that for this watch. But I think that you could take this watch to Rolex and they could fix it up for you because fortunately there's still enough metal on the lugs, even though they put too much chamfering on there. There's enough metal for Rolex to salvage it. So yeah, this is a good example, but it's too expensive. If you have more money than sense, this could be a good watch for you. But because look, it comes in this box and it is the last of the pre-ceramics. Fine, but that is a big old price tag. Who's this? Luxury watch buyer. We saw them before, didn't we? Yeah. Professionally polished case and bracelet. Yeah. So look, remember that last example that we saw from luxury watch buyer. This is what I think they meant to write. Professionally polished case and bracelet. I think that whole unpolished case, or polished bracelet, whatever they had, I think that was wrong. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't love this one. I personally wouldn't buy it, and it's too expensive, so I'm not going to save it. And that's it. I mean, look, we're at the bottom here. $20,000. What the hell? These two, I think, are Swiss Watch Expo. Let's just... Oh, no. Seawave Diamonds. Oh, my God. Okay. That's actually hilarious. So I bought my GMT Master 2 from them. They're in New York, and they have a brick-and-mortar store, so I went in there, and that's a whole nother story, but yeah, one image, 14 grand. No, this is not a good deal. But hey, this is the last of the last. 2012, I mean, geez. But no, too expensive, no good. 15,000 for what? No, wait. This is Swiss Watch Expo. It is, okay. No, I'm not even gonna look. I don't know what kind of shenanigans they're up to with this 15,000 thing. Rolex automatic self-winding. Self-time. I mean, how about a little sentence or two explaining why we should pay $5,000 over the average price? Or like, nothing about that, Just your normal cut and paste description. I mean, I just don't like them. I don't like Swiss Watch Expo. But that's my own problem. This one, why? Why is this $20,000? Let's see. What? I don't understand this. I think they're just throwing these out there to see if some rich guy can come along and just, oh, it's the most expensive, so it must be the best, that kind of thinking, but yeah, this is not even worth looking at, Although, this looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. But We don't have this kind of money, so yeah, no. So what do we find? Uh, we got this one. Yeah, this is the one with the inconsistent description, in my opinion. Unpolished case, lightly polished bracelet. I don't think that's accurate, but hey, for a engraved Rehot 2011, right? Yeah, 2011. Last ish of the last. Um, for 11,000, that's a pretty good price, to be honest with you. No papers, but I think worst case scenario, you could take this to Rolex and they'll fix it up nice for you. You'll have essentially an unpolished watch. But look, if we're going for perfection here, if we're going for actually, spending money on it, then no, this is not the one. And then this one, we only found two, which is crazy. Unpal, no papers, Carter's Diamonds for 2000, so it's probably a P serial. And yeah, no description. That's another red flag, but I just think that maybe this company is a store, and they deal mostly with like other jewelry, and they're not watch people, but they know enough to say that it's unpolished, which works for me, and I do think that this is unpolished. Heavily used, but unpolished. So this might be the one. This might be the one. I would want to see it in person, and I would make the drive or take the flight to go see it if I were actually going to buy it. But yeah, it looks good. It looks really good. So this is the winner. It's not a particularly convincing winner. I don't love it, but hey, you know what? It's fine, okay? It's unpolished, no papers, so if papers are a must for you, then this is not the one, but it's the best that I could find in the US on Chrono24. So, I don't know. I hope this is at least somewhat entertaining for you out there. I mean, I'm not giving you an exact buying guide, but this is exactly what I do when I'm looking for a watch. This is exactly the steps that I take. So I hope that you find it somewhat interesting. All right, peace out.